You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zero Dark 30 with the Prepared Mind channel. As we're heading out, folks. Whoa, we're heading out. Oh, my God. It is crazy, folks. It is D.C. versus the U.S. of A. It is D.C. versus the people. It's never been more obvious to me, folks, that that fight is being put on. And it's not you and it's not I. It truly is not. We are not the ones asking for it. We're not the ones changing the rules. We aren't. It's not us. It's them. It is them. It is DC. It is the bureaucracy, and it is those who are elected. It's truly what's going on. I want to give you a couple of just great examples of what is going on. In DC, right, this is big news. Agent Tebow, the one who is supposed to be investigating allegations and trying to find solutions or evidence or facts or proof on the 2020 election issues. And he buried them like a cat buries a turd in a sandbox. Same guy was involved in, that's right, the Mar-a-Lago raid. Well, guess what? He's claiming, hey, that wasn't me. I didn't do that kind of stuff. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's denying everything. In fact, what he really denied, other than just, the typical snake in the grass denial of responsibility, is that he wasn't fired. He wasn't forced to resign. No. That's not how that worked. He had his lawyer out there saying, oh, no. Mr. Tebow was resigning. He quit. He wasn't forced out. That was all his own personal decision. In fact, he started that whole process a month ago. Oh, really? But that's not the extent of it, folks. It really isn't. Right? That's not the extent of what is going on. When I say it's DC versus the US of A, the people, me and you, we've got some stronger evidence, folks. And I'll give it to you right now. Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States government in Washington, D.C. Some reports are he's threatening FBI agents and telling them not to talk to Congress or talk to anyone. Now, is it a threat? Is it a warning? Is it a recommendation? Any way you look at it from that perspective, if Congress says you will come here and testify, then you have to do as they're told, right? Now, I understand that national secrets and national security and blah, 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 that means that, yeah, they can say, well, I can't answer this question or that question. But that's what Merrick Garland is out there saying. And that is very fascinating, that he would risk the appearance of impropriety to make sure that his agents are all playing ball. Now, what I find fascinating is why would he even have to? Why would he even have to? Especially after the FBI, plus Peter Strzok, the evil elf of the FBI and CIA, during the Trump administration, as well as Andrew McCabe, as well as Ruby Rod Rosenstein, right? They all stonewalled the shit out of Congress. Why would that change now? Especially since Trump is not president and they don't have to feel as threatened. I'll tell you what, folks, they feel very threatened by you, by me, by Congress. They feel threatened, folks, because this election coming up means they're going to be standing tall and in front of the man and explaining themselves what the hell's been going on. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what's going on. Is they're very afraid, right? And they know that bad things are coming. So rather than apologize, rather than, well, admit guilt, rather than any of that, right? They would rather fight. And fight they're going to do, folks. You think the agents who broke the law at Mar-a-Lago? You think the agents that broke the law during the prior investigations, do you think the agents who were involved, the government agents who were involved with Russiagate, Russia collusion hoax, do you think they give a shit? Do you think they're any more scared of getting caught for lying? No, they're afraid of something else, folks. Now, so Merrick Garland is going to come out and threaten everybody, huh? I guess so. I guess that's how this works. Well, it gets better than that, folks. It's DC versus the USA. Now, I want everyone to understand this is a doddering old fool that I'm going to describe next. He doesn't know if he had peanut butter sandwiches or applesauce for lunch. The President of the United States, Xi Biden. What has he done? Well, he stood in front of a crowd, kind of went off script, kind of just started blabbing and said, "Hey, you're going to need some jets, or you're going to need a whole lot more than guns if you're going to fight the U.S. government." I don't remember anyone, really coming out and saying we're going to fight the U.S. government. Well, let's see, we're fighting for our rights, right? We're politically taking action. But I don't remember anyone saying they're going to fight, right? There's no call to arms. But they sure sound like they want that, don't they? Sure sounds like that's part of their program. They think we want to fight them, right? And that we're going to need some jets if we're going to fight the government. Now, a similar claim came out. A similar threat, a similar style or manner of speaking to the people came out with Eric Swallowswell and Beto over the last few years. That, well, we're going to need more than guns because they have nukes. We're going to need, more than guns because they have jets. Right? Now, this is no poke at the legitimate, patriotic military, but it is a poke at the woke military leadership, as well as their puppets and stooges within the military. Because now I believe strongly that, yeah, folks, they've been weeding out, they've been dismissing summarily real patriots from the military. We've been covering that over the last 2 years. But to the leadership, your jets won't finish the job. Your jets won't win. In fact, your jets, your bombs, and all manner of response have done nothing but infuriate the enemies, right? Whether it's Afghanistan or Iraq, going all the way back to Vietnam, did our jets, did our bombs, did our artillery and tanks, did that stop, right, the North Vietnamese and their fight? Did it win? No. In fact, the Soviet Union in Afghanistan had the same superiority, right? Now, if you look all the way back to the American Revolution, what did the Americans do? And what did they start in terms of warfare that had never been done before? A bunch of ragtag, ill-equipped, ill-armed, and there's no insult to our great patriots and our founding fathers, but they had a ragtag army. They had guerrilla fighters, and they fought against the greatest military the planet had ever seen to that point, the British Army. And they defeated them. They defeated them through antagonism. They defeated them through tactics, and they defeated them through attrition. They wore them down, pissed them off, wore them out. That's basically how Vietnam was lost by the U.S. That's basically how Afghanistan and times two and other places that our country and other countries have gone to fight, where the insurgents, if you will, right, the guerrilla opposition just wears them down. They take heavy tolls, but they wear down the big tough guy. So, hey, big guy, and you're 10%, right? We don't need jets to defeat you if we were to decide that we needed to fight for our rights with guns. But folks, that's the attitude these guys have. That's where they're really coming from. It truly is. They are pushing for a fight. They are antagonizing their own people, and they're antagonizing us. They're just flaunting their lawlessness in front of us and the world by violating the Constitution at every turn. And not just the Constitution, folks. They're violating more than that. Right? They're violating decency, honesty, integrity. And in doing so, they're defeating and destroying, right, their own people's belief in them. I mean, the Democrats know. The street Democrats, the average Democrats and Dumbocrats, they know. They know that their leadership is lying, cheating, and stealing and everything. You think that they're happy they're winning the game, but do you think they believe that their government has integrity? Do you think they believe, that they'll behave better once they have 100% power and they've destroyed the Constitution and taught those stupid Republicans how it is? No, they'll end up fearful and cowering before them. They're learning, folks, very slowly, because that's how stupid people learn. But the point is, folks, it is DC. It is not the U.S. government that is constitutional. It is the DC swamp. It is the deep state. It is the FBI and the office of Joe Biden, the Biden regime that is fighting us and antagonizing us and assaulting our rights and violating our trust and their oaths. I'm not telling you to take any action, do anything harmful, dangerous, stupid, right? Violent. I'm just saying this is coming. We can see it. We know better. But they're going to continue to do this and push. And they hope that there's going to be some positive thing from it, right? They truly want this fight so they can point to us and say, see, we're the bad guys. Right? Don't give them what they want, folks, but don't worry, they'll manufacture it. The same way they're manufacturing crime for President Trump, the claims of crime. Folks, get prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Have your plan together. Keep up with what is happening so you aren't falling behind, confused. I mean, 90% of America, 90% and more, are absolutely confused. They don't know the truth. They don't give a shit either because they've been lied to so much. How can they give a shit? You, on the other hand, have kept up, paid attention, stayed current, and prepared. Wisely, I might say. Chance favors the prepared mind. Aren't you glad you are a prepper? God bless America. Semper Fi.